Welcome to Sonic Skyfall. It's an Infinity Engine project, and I am really a fan of the Infinity Engine. Now, I've tried doing this video already, but I completely messed up the controls, because if you want controller support, you have to set it all up yourself. Yeah, I messed that up, and so my experience was not great, and I said some inaccurate things. Not mean things, but just inaccurate through my own error. So I'm going to redo this whole thing. I'm going to play once through each of these levels, and a little in the sandbox, and we're going to have a good time. Now, don't worry about the performance. I know it's kind of iffy, choppy, but it's only like that in this level, and I think one other level. I do wish that this was a blind experience. Oh, that was a loop. I do wish that this was a blind experience, but it's fine. Mistakes happen. And now, I can show you how it is in a better way. Because the level design here is pretty unconventional. Just overall. One thing I really like about this is that the boost drains a lot. No. Okay. The boost drains a lot slower than in Omens. And that's really good for these sections. Especially since the air boost is a bit more of a flight kind of thing. I like the airtime you can get. It's like gravity is lower in this game. Also, whether you're Sonic or Shadow, you have this beam attack, and it homes in on enemies. It takes up a little of the boost meter. Look at that. You see that? You also have a boost. You also have a super jump. I like the super jump more than the... I said boost instead of bounce. But yeah, you have a bounce. I don't want this shield. Come on. Thank you. Okay, now... I think this is a beautiful area. It reminds me of Tears of the Kingdom. Wait a minute. I wonder if that was the idea all along. If this area is supposed to remind us of Tears of the Kingdom. Also, look at that. Look at that. I remember years ago, me and my brother would dream about a game where these robot parts would be affected by physics, and here we are. Anyway, I'm gonna keep moving. Now, the boost is a little weird because it's... I don't know. It's like it stops after a second. Like immediately after I press it, sometimes it stops. Even though I'm holding the button. I like Sonic's voice. It's deeper without sounding old. There's such a nice flow to these levels when you get it. But, just like with Omens, it's not going to feel like... I think it'll feel more like Seaside Hill from Generations. With the Infinity Engine controls. And that's about it. Oh, I'm at the end? I was not expecting it to go so quickly. But yeah. Wow, a bee. I could have taken some more enemies. You know what? Let's talk about that beam attack that we had. I'm going straight to the... I'm going to the Sandbox so we can talk about this. Now, well, first, these models are so cool. And second, the beam that we have, that's one thing I really liked about Spark the Electric Jester 3. You can keep moving and gain energy while moving just by shooting. Very helpful. This one has a little more, well, way more utility because there's some homing factor to it. What is that? That's weird. Huh. Oh yeah, I want to show you Supersonic. Because you can only do that in this test area. And they're really generous with the rings. They let us do a whole lot as Supersonic. There's also a Super Shadow. One thing that isn't in Omens, sadly. Okay, now take a look at the glorious animation of Supersonic. The emeralds and the glow. He's actually golden, except it's more of a flat color, but it still looks so good. Look at that aura, the very slight kind of, I don't know what to call it, because it's not quite an aura, but you can see that he's glowing. Now, the light dash may or may not work depending on how you set it up. I did the controls through Steam, and it is a little complicated, but once you get it, it's so good. Okay, we're going to the next level now. Now the next level, I never actually played. I've done the first one, I've done Mystic Moat, and I've done Cranium Corners. But I've never done Nanite Nimbus Act 2. So this is actually going to be a blind experience for me. Ooh. This feels like Shadow. I don't think... excuse me. I don't think I want to boost much because I like when Shadow skates. As you know. Also, this Shadow has chaos control. It's a time slow in this game, not a time stop. And I'm so glad it's not a time stop. Nice! Nice! I love this. I love this so much. What I don't love is that you can't homing attack onto any part of the rail. It has to be the beginning.
Nice.
And that's something I think Omens fixed, because in that game you can do it on any part of the rail. It makes for a much smoother experience. You see that? I tried to boost a few times there and it just didn't stick. I was holding the button. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm so glad we have this level, this demo. You know, in my original recording, I was saying things like they need to refine the mechanics before adding more content. And they do, but not nearly to the extent that I thought. Because when I said that, it was with me thinking about, man, thinking about the controls that I messed up. Oh yeah, that's why we were talking about Chaos Dash. Because I can't jump well with this. Not saying the game is bad. I'm saying I can't jump well with it. There's a distinction there. One way puts the error on the creator. The other way puts the error on me. And it's just my own issue with the controls, that's all. I wonder if I still have something messed up about them. Well, doesn't matter right now. I'm still having fun. Aw, man. Okay, I'd like for them to fix up loops, too. Aside from that, oh man, I haven't talked about how how much fun the game is. Like, I did start off talking about how much I like the Infinity engine, but I didn't actually talk about how I just love the feel of the game. Now, this game is very floaty, as you can see, but this is more like a floating level, so it looks more floaty than it is. But one thing that I really like is that the boost carries your vertical velocity, the vertical momentum. And so if you're kind of going upwards already and you boost, then you get extra airtime. Okay. That's better. Man, I love this remix. I may not like Frontiers very much, but I love I'm Here Revisited. Okay, next level. Might as well be Shadow for this one too. Mystic Moat. Okay, so the bloom is a little bright. A little too bright. But I think it's... Wait a minute. I keep forgetting. I have Chaos Control. Oh yeah, Quick Step is here too. Oh. I prefer steering though. Quick Step was cool for a while, but steering makes me feel like I'm a weaving mastermind. That was a little wonky. Look at the view. Is that a... I don't want to think about it. That's kind of creepy. That's really creepy, actually. Mystic Moat. What a place this is. I like the music. I hope it's original and created for this game, because I don't want to get copyright issues. The best fan games are the ones with their own OSTs. I guess that's not entirely true. Well, it's, I guess, true 90% of the time, because I love Sonic Chrono Adventure, but it does have a little bit of copyrighted music. Oh no! Oh! I had 2 chances to save it. 2 chances. And I messed up both. That's okay, that's on me. That could use a little... You know what? The perfect light speed dash was in Sonic GT. Because GT had... It carried over your your speed, your direction, for the most part. And no, no, no. Okay. And that's what chaos control is for. And the range of rings, like the distance between each ring, that it would still count for a light speed dash, was pretty long. And I appreciated that. What a game. This feels a little like cyberspace. A little bit. Whoa! No, 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 no. Of course. Yeah, Shadow needs a mobility option. Because a time slow is nice, but mobility...
Nice.
You said it. Oh, that reminds me. Shadow's voice. I like Shadow's voice. It's deep and gruff in a way that works for me. Because, I mean, Kirk Thornton is kind of gruff, but it feels forced with him. Man, this is so good. Oh. Ha. Chaos control. Now this chaos control is not dictated by the meters. It's just like a set amount of time, and it recharges, and that's pretty cool. If you have the patience to set up the controls, I strongly recommend this game. I'm going back to Sonic. Now this is actually my favorite level of the demo. Because, well, you'll see. I mean, it's kind of bright. They could fix the colors and lighting a little bit. The bloom is so extreme. But look at this. Isn't it weird? Isn't it unusual? And doesn't it remind you of something? Like the Backrooms? This level is so cool because it's literally Sonic in the Backrooms. The Backrooms as a Sonic level. And what an idea! It's so cool. And the music. And the air we can gain with our air boost, man. Hang on, am I missing something? No? Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna get confused, and they're not gonna like how everything looks the same and getting turned around. But it's the Backrooms. That's supposed to happen. And look at that. Most people probably wouldn't know what to do. You have to find your way to this tunnel. Wait, I think I'm at the wrong part to say that. But what I was going to say is that Sonic has an ace up his sleeve with this. He has a super... Hang on. He has a super... There we go. Okay, so it doesn't lead to another path. That's fine. Oh no, I want to get rid of the shield. If any of the devs are watching this, the graphic for this shield completely blocks Sonic, and I don't like that. The textures could be a little more detailed, because right now it looks like they're extremely stretched out. Anyway. Oh no, no. Gonna keep going. I like this place. And, well, you know me. I like unconventional things. Look at that. The air. Oh man, I stopped too early. But the air we could get there. Yup. Super cool. Okay, there. You saw those last two enemies? One bumped into the other and both exploded? That's what I like. Oh yeah. I want to talk about the water too. And some other stuff. I'm going to go back to the hub area. Another thing. Chaos Control stops your drowning for the duration. It's like an older Sonic and Shadow. It's kind of weird. I'm picking these Sonic and Shadow games without even knowing. Anyway. Oh! Here's an interesting room. Yeah! The glow is definitely bright. Oh no! If I was Shadow, I would be explicitly at the mercy of these platforms instead of hitting that enemy earlier. Man, I want to race some. Oh, that reminds me. They need to make races. They need to make well, they don't need to do anything for me. That's being entitled. I don't want to be entitled. I am grateful for the experience I'm having right now. I just think it would be really fun if we had multiplayer like Omens. Except also done like Roboblast 2 where you could where you can connect with people online, peer to peer. Oh. Sonic's beams are like super quick kicks or something. Nice. 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 I love it. I love it. I'm sorry, I can't say anything else. But it's so cool. And that's my favorite level. Very good. Very good stuff. I'm gonna have to S-rank these. Looks like I'm late for a French lesson, but it can wait a few minutes. Now the Sandbox again. Always gotta pick up the emeralds. Because I do want to go super again. But before that, oh man, I don't remember what I had in mind. Wait a minute. I remember. I just need a swarm of enemies. Grounded enemies. There. You see that? Isn't that cool? Now, the way you do that, you know, you have the stomp, regular stomp, but that's not going to reach these enemies. But if you press bounce immediately after landing, and it can't just be bounce on its own because that... Oh, never mind. Your super jump does damage enemies. Never mind. Wow, okay, I just thought it was something that you could do after a bounce. I mean, after a stomp. Never mind. Oh, they respawn? Bam! Look at that. Love the super jump. Okay. That's about it. Well, I could show you Super Shadow, but if you play it for yourself, you know how to get Super Shadow. What is this? A whole bunch of physics-based objects. Okay. You know what it's time for. Love his voice. You see this? This isn't flight, but it's the boost carrying me. And I really wish that we had actual flight. Like, Sonic Mania is the only game that let us fly as the super characters, just freely flying on our own. And I think, sure, that was cool, but could the 3D games let us do that too, please? Also, look at this. The water effect, the footsteps. I love it. It's beautiful. Man, so calming. It's beautiful. I know I said that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. For now, at least. I might speedrun these. But thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves.